Christopher, your channel has become corrupted by sin, and it must be cleansed.
What should I do?
If you complete the Binding of Isaac without any treasure rooms, it shall be spared.
It shall be done.
Warning. Due to the nature of Challenge Accepted, we show moments from our entire playthrough, which means that there can and will be spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. We're calling this challenge the Treasureless Challenge. The rules are pretty straightforward this time. You must complete the Binding of Isaac without using any treasure rooms. I'm sure you can argue one way or another, but for my run, I decided the libraries, heaven, and devil rooms were fair game. My reasoning behind this is because treasure rooms are guaranteed to spawn up until you beat Mom, while everything else is completely random.
The Binding of Isaac is a roguelike game. Now, what is a roguelike game? Death is permanent and each run is different. The rooms, enemies, and bosses, power-ups are all random. The Binding of Isaac is a very short game. A full run takes anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes to complete. The story of Binding of Isaac is very straightforward. It all starts when Isaac's mom receives a message from God telling her that Isaac has become corrupted and she has to kill him. Isaac overhears what she's planning to do and hides in the basement.
The first two levels of the basement are the basement and the cellar. The game starts off pretty slow. You likely do not have very many items, and the first few bosses are pretty easy. The monsters indigenous to the basement are mostly flies,
Buzz,
hoppers, gapers,
oh god, get that away from me!
and mulligans.
Oh god! That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen! The next environments you will encounter are the caves and catacombs. You will now encounter stronger enemies like goblins, maws, and hosts. Pits and spikes are also introduced now as extra non-monster obstacles. Hopefully by now you have some items that are able to make you hit harder or maybe give you a little bit more HP. After 4 levels, you should have a feel of how that particular run is going. But stay alert because things can change in an instant.
Up next are the depths and necropolis. This is where things start to get tough. There are a whole mess of new and powerful enemies that you can encounter. Knights, leeches, masked and hearts, and babies are much more mobile and dangerous than anything you have encountered up to this point. 3 new obstacles are introduced as well. The Stone and Vomit Grimace, which are invulnerable and fire projectiles at you until you clear the room, and the Slide, which is a spiked brick that follows you when you get close to it.
At this point in the game, you really want to have some decent items. It is definitely possible to clear these areas without them, but it is a lot of fun being able to kill everything in one hit. The Depths 2 is also the level where you fight Mom. She is not a typical boss and there are a ton of things you need to watch out for. I consider this fight more difficult than any of the previous bosses, although this fight can be much easier or harder depending on what items you have.
I got the Bible! That means I win. Once you beat Mom, you move on to the Womb and Utero. From this point on, all damage you take is set to 1 heart instead of half a heart, effectively cutting your HP in half. The enemies in these levels are mainly worms or other medical related things like mask plus hearts, eyes, parabites, brains, guts, and so on.
Gross!
The enemies of the womb are extremely mobile and often disappear and reappear somewhere else in the room, so be sure to be on your toes.
Mom's heart is the final boss in the oh god. I think I'm gonna be sick. And again, it's not a normal boss fight. Oh god. It will spawn various monsters and hide until you kill said monsters. Once you kill them, the heart will come back for about 2 or 3 seconds before spawning even more monsters and hiding again. Rinse and repeat this process until she's at about 33% HP or so, and then we begin phase 2. In phase 2, the heart will not hide anymore, but it will consistently spawn monsters and start spewing blood bombs all over the place. The blood bombs leave behind an area on the floor that will damage you if you walk over it. With the consistent stream of enemies and the decreasing amount of safe areas for you to walk, it's pretty much a DPS race.
Or you could, I don't know, use the Bible to one-shot her, like I did. That works too, right? Work smarter, not harder. There is more to this game after Mom's Heart, but this is the stopping point for this challenge. Who knows, we might do another challenge later on involving that portion of the game. And with that, the challenge is complete. The Binding of Isaac is, by nature, an extremely random game. One run, you might get a super strong combination of items, while the next run could yield you absolutely nothing. That, however, does not mean that you have no control over your run. Knowing what items are and do is very important. There are a ton of items in this game, and I would not think any less of you if you did not know them all by heart. There's no shame in having the wiki open to look things up. That's what I do. Similarly, knowing what enemies do is also very important. Unless you are so powerful you are one or two shotting them, you will probably want to know their gimmick.
Oh god, I'm so gonna die. Oh, and I can't leave. I can't leave. I had no idea what to do. How the f do you fight those?
Speaking of gimmicks, each boss has one. Learn it, study it, counter it. If you know what they're going to do next and stay calm, you can actually beat most bosses with minimal damage.
I just don't like.
Oh, f me, I ran right into him.
Oh, you crashed into the pressure, Mike.
I did.
You should also pick a character that suits you. You will only ever see me play Kane. Kane starts with a lucky foot, which makes pills only give positive effects. It might just be me, but whenever I don't play Kane, something along these lines usually happens.
Mom's coin purse. Watch. All of these are going to be negative. All of them. Bad trip. Bad trip. Telepus. Heart, heart, heart. F***ing bad trip. This is why I play Kane.
I could sit here giving you tips and tricks for an hour. There's that many secrets in this game. Blow up these rocks for soul hearts. Only pick up eternal hearts once you're ready to advance to the next floor. The secret rooms are usually surrounded on 3 sides, but the most important tip that I have for you is to never give up. You never know what your next run will have in store for you.
Alright, one more run. This will not be, I promise it won't be an accidental, cheating run. It'll be a real run.
This challenge will test your patience more than anything. Luck can be an enormous factor in this challenge, so as long as you are patient enough to keep trying, you're bound to get it eventually. That being said, I give this challenge a score of 3 getting there.
It's all yours. I'm all done.
Alright. You okay?
I'm gonna go hang out here for a bit, continue watching Harry Potter. You have a go at a few runs. I will be back.
Alright. Take a breather.
Oh, got an angel room. And Mom's coin purse. We're gonna take a bunch of pills before we go to heaven. You know. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Detour. I think that takes away the angel room. Oh, that did. It took away the angel room. That sucks. God, I suck. Oh my god.
I'm too f***ing big. I couldn't make it through because my head was too goddamn big.
Anarchist Cookbook? No! No! It was so close!
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Challenge Accepted. It really does mean a lot to us. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen episodes 1 and or 2, click right there to watch them. And if you really liked what you saw, be sure to hit that beautiful subscribe button. It always means a lot to us. And be sure to follow us on the social media website thingamajiggers, link are in the differenters. Anyway, thanks for watching and toodaloo!